kitchen because once a week I like to make some snacks for my kids so that I can have them for the rest of the week. And I usually do it on Monday because we have community day on Tuesdays. So this way on Monday I make snacks, have them for Tuesday, and then have them for the rest of the week as well. And sometimes I even like to batch cook them and freeze them, like double the recipe and freeze a batch of them so that I can have them for the following week as well if I don't feel like cooking. So we are going to use the Vegan Eats cookbook. Love this cookbook because it's 8 ingredients or less, everything that's in it. And that just makes cooking a lot less stressful. And we're gonna make the baked pumpkin spice chocolate chip donuts. These are definitely a favorite of ours around here. We have been making them for years. Today I'm gonna put them in a mini donut pan. But I do have a mold, like a fall mold that I really wanna use next time, maybe like once October hits. Make some in a fall mold. I think that would be super fun if they were a cool shape for fall. So yeah, so we're gonna get started. The first thing that it calls for is 160 grams. You can use spelt flour, but we are going to use oat flour to make these gluten-free. So in all of her recipes, she does recommend using a food scale, which I like to do because then also cleaning up is so much easier. So yeah, so we're gonna go in with 160 grams of oat flour, and then it's 16 grams of cornstarch. I am out of cornstarch, so we're gonna use tapioca flour. It's not a perfect match, but that's okay, it will work. It'll taste great. So that's 16 grams, normally cornstarch, but we're gonna use tapioca. And then it's 2.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. This is kind of the one thing that I'll use a measuring spoon for. I don't feel like the kitchen scale picks up like teaspoon sizes very well. So we're gonna go in with 2.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Smells so good. And then we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So 1.5 of baking powder. And then we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which I have to grab. So yeah, so 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Put that right in. And then we are gonna do 180 grams of pure maple syrup. You want the pure maple syrup, not like the Aunt Jemima made of chemicals, no maple syrup syrup. The pure maple syrup for sure. So we're gonna do 180 grams of that. I can get it open. Babe, it's alive. Okay. So we're gonna do 180 grams of maple syrup. A little bit over, that's okay. And then 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree or 120 grams of pumpkin puree. So I bought this off of Amazon, thinking it was gonna be super cool. It's an electric can opener that it's like hands-free. It's cool when it works, but a lot of times it just doesn't work. So once that's open, we'll pour that into here. So that should be good. Yes. So now we'll take this, it's 120 grams of pumpkin puree. I'm gonna put that in here. And then we're gonna do 60 grams of vanilla dairy-free yogurt. I like to use this Harmless Harvest one. It's super good. Again, that's gonna be 60 grams, so we're just gonna clear out the food scale so that we can start at 0. And now we have our yogurt in there. And then we're gonna do some chocolate chips once we mix this together. So you're gonna mix all of that together, and then we'll pour in some chocolate chips. I really like to use the Enjoy Life chocolate chips. They're super good. I will show you what they look like. So yeah, these are the chocolate chips that we like to use, and we're gonna use 90 grams of them. I'll pour those right in there. And just give that a stir. And this is what your batter should look like. And then we're just gonna put it into these molds right here. Whoa, I like to use a cookie scoop for that. So I just use this cookie scoop and then go in and pop them into the molds. And then we'll pop them in the oven at 350. If you're gonna use the mini pans, I usually do about 12 minutes and check it first. But if you're gonna use regular donut pans, then you're gonna wanna do for 15 minutes. So if you're making mini donuts, do 12 minutes. And if you're making the full-size donuts, do 15 minutes. So yeah, I hope you guys give these a try, because these are a great snack to have for your kids on hand throughout the week. Like I said, a lot of times I'll double the batch so that we have extra in the freezer for the following week. And yeah, it's just nice to have like a homemade snack for your kids, a little bit healthier than some of the store-bought stuff. And these pumpkin ones are really great for this time of year. So I hope you give them a try.